Happy Thursday. My name is Hiro. If we haven't met before from across the screen, welcome to your 30-minute Yin practice. Feel welcome to modify and adapt your practice as much as you need. This practice will not have any props involved, so it's accessible for you if you are just using a pillow or having your own body weight. And feel welcome to come out of the postures at any point and let your mind and your body guide you with a little bit of extra support from my words. This will be a practice without music, so feel welcome to add music to your practice in any way you like and go from there. We'll start with the seated meditation, and you can sit cross-legged or sit up on a block or a pillow and rest your palms up or down on your lap, or maybe, if you like, hand over hand at heart center, and then let the eyes close. Tuning into your breath, into your heartbeat. Inhale through your nose into your hands. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. And exhale. And every time you notice the breath rise and fall, just start to notice how the sides of your waist and your rib cage correlate with your breathing. Every cycle of breath giving you more space, more clarity for observing the greater subtleties in our bodies. There, place your hands down to your knees or your thighs. Let the eyes open and lift up to the crown of your head. And we'll start with some releases for the neck. You can take your left ear to your left shoulder and take your right fingertips out to the right side to help lift out through your waist a bit more. And then turn your chin down to the left side of your chest as you breathe in. And out. Couple more breaths like that here. Then roll your chin down to your chest, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, and your left hand in line with your left hand. From there, you can bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Notice if there's a difference in the tension or the openness around the neck. Maybe a little wiggle of the jaw. And then carefully tip your chin down to your throat, towards your chest, rolling the head back And once you bring the head back up to neutral here, with your hands, tent your fingertips behind you and lift up through your sternum. Tip your head back slightly and bring your flesh of your lower lip up to your nose. As you tip the head back, tip your head to the right and up. And go to the other side. And slowly release, moving your jaw. There, take your hands and interlace your hands and take them behind your head with the thumbs on either side of the throat. Lean your head back and lift up through the crown of your head as your hands slide up the nape of your neck, the lengthen the sides of your neck and the back of your neck. And then go ahead and tuck your chin into your throat and push your head back into your hands. Keep that traction as you breathe into your cervical spine, into your upper back, into your skull, breathing deeply into your lungs as well. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands down to your knees. And we'll take some seated cat and cow, very gentle, moving through the spine, flexion and extension. Inhale, tip your pelvis forward and lift your chest up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine, lengthen your tailbone forward. Inhale, tip the pelvis forward, lift the chest up, waking up the vertebra in the lumbar spine and the thoracic spine, cervical spine last. Then lengthen your tailbone down and forward, scoop your belly in, draw the chin to the chest, nice and gentle. Go back and forth a few times here as you lift up and lengthen. Exhale, rounding, pulling in, belly firm. Nice. Now from there, before we settle into a little bit of a longer hold, with your hands on your thighs, start to tip your pelvis and chest to the right. Inhale, come down to center. Exhale to the right as you come back up. Go over to the center to the right, to the left, and back up. One more to the right, forward and to the left, and back up. And then reverse direction 3 times. Inhale down. Exhale back to center. Inhale down and across. Exhale center. One more time. Awesome job. We'll get into a little release for the right arm. Bring your right arm up to the ceiling and take your right hand to your right shoulder and place your left hand on your right elbow. Roll your shoulders back, your elbows back, and gently press in to the left hand and right elbow, and breathe into your right bicep and tricep, opening up. The deltoids, the triceps will be the main influence. The latissimus dorsi, the right side of the body, will also get some movement and some stretch. Keep your jaw soft and relaxed. You can lift up as you inhale, and then take a side bend over to the left as you find a bit more of an active opening through that right side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come on back to center as you inhale. Exhale, release your arms down. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Roll them forwards. Nice. Now from here, reach your arms up again. Wiggle your left fingertips and take them to the top of the left shoulder. Bring your right hand on your left elbow. Pressing them against each other, find that length and expansion into the left side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Closing the eyes if you like, settling into the sensations. Lift up and over towards the right now as you find that extension through the waist. Knowing that each side of the body might be different all the time, and those times might be different every time as well. Using the breath as a tether to bring us back into the present moment. One more full breath into the left side, left lung. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release your hands down to your knees. Good. Roll your shoulders back a few times once again. And then roll them forwards. Alright, so from there I'll bring the soles of the feet together here for butterfly. And so for butterfly, you can have your feet more in towards your pelvis, your groin, which will be more of a focus on the inner thighs and the adductors. Or for some of you, depending on how your skeletal variation might deviate or change, you can bring your feet more in a diamond shape. So you're in more of a Tara Baddha Konasana, and then you can take your hands on your feet, and this will get more into the hamstrings for certain bodies. So I'll leave that to you. As you inhale, you can lift up. As you exhale, round your spine so you're not forcibly reaching too far forward. And then your body will tell you what feels right for you to stay in that edge, that intelligent edge that we play with in Yin Yoga. So once you find that place of settling, you can go ahead and start to either close the eyes or keep the eyes open if you prefer that instead. And find your breath centering into the inner thighs, the backs of the legs, all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. You might choose to go a little bit further in your butterfly, just kind of seeing how your body has adapted and maybe opened a little bit from being here in your first edge. So if you would like to go a bit further, you might, especially if you have any props on your end, you might add some props beneath your forehead or underneath your chest. That might be available too. You can add those for the last bit of this posture. Last couple breaths here. Rooting through your sit bones and pressing down through your feet. Use your inhale to help roll up from your butterfly, from your forward fold. Noticing the effects as you find stillness here for a few moments before we move into the next posture. You can stay there as long as you like. Our next position will be a half butterfly. So placing your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, place your hands on either side of your right shin or calf, or tent your fingertips. As you inhale, lift up through your chest, and you can bend that right knee as much as you like, and you can always place a prop like a blanket or a bolster beneath your right leg if you have one available. Otherwise, you can see what I'm doing. I'm bending my knee to make it more accessible. From there, inhale, lift up your chest. As you exhale, find a similar rounded quality through your spine, breathing into your right leg and letting your head settle. If all you have available is your body, you can stack your fists and rest your forehead on top of your fists as well. Settling in here. You can stay in your half butterfly, and in addition, you can take your left hand on your left hip crease and taking the right peace fingers around the right big toe, rolling your shoulders back now as you keep that, Start to push your right foot forward, press your right thigh into your left foot as well, or left foot into your right thigh. From there, roll your shoulders back as you open your chest to the left, as you peel open for a bit of a twist, more of an open rotation, especially into the lower back. We get into the quadratus lumborum. So with the quadricep and the lumbar start to come across the waist bone, roll the shoulders back, lift up. You might find that repeat of the left arm coming up like we did before, and take the left hand behind the head. Lean your shoulders back into your left hand. You might also choose to lift up and over towards the right, getting that deeper side flexion in the left side of the body, potentially a nice release through the left side of the lower back. And lean your head back to open up more to the armpit and the lats. Inhale, come on back up. Release the left hand outside of the left leg and the right hand outside. Either side of the right leg is now framed. Carefully inhale as you walk yourself up from your forward fold. Bring your right leg in and take your left leg out. And take the right foot inside of the left thigh, tenting your fingertips as you did before. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bowing over that left leg. Again, you can stay here, or if you want, taking those left peace fingers around your left big toe so you have a bit of a traction and a grip. Place the right hand to the inside of the right thigh as you roll your shoulder back and hip bone down, sit bone down. Lift out through your waist and roll yourself back, and then reach your right arm up. Take the right hand behind the head, roll the right shoulder, elbow back, and lift up and over into that nice side bend, and maybe a little bit more opening in the lower back with the right side. inhale, come on up. Release your chest over your left thigh once again. Then carefully, vertebra by vertebra, begin to realign your spine, one curvature at a time. Bring your leg back into center, and then from there begin to sit up tall, close your eyes for a moment. And then very briefly, we'll come up to the hands and the knees, and I'll turn to the side so it's easier to see what I'm demonstrating. Sitting on your heels with your sit bones, bring your knees a bit wider, and then slide your sit bones underneath, tailbone forward in between the heels, and then start to bring your palms behind facing forward as you start to lean yourself back just a little bit into a very shallow kind of saddle position, so we get into the quadriceps to counteract all that hamstring and forward folding. And then you can lift your chest up as you roll your shoulders behind you and find a little bit of a back bend. Here for 5. Easy does it. Press down to the tops of your feet. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back up through your hands. Walk your knees into your shins, and then come on to your sit bones once more. With your hands behind you now, let your knees windshield wiper from side to side, releasing the low back and the hips. And then you can choose to close your practice into seated meditation, or you can lie on your back for Shavasana. So whatever works best for your practice and in your body. So if you're taking a seated meditation, go ahead and arrive where you once started. If you're on your back, take advantage of the space that might be available. Bring your arms down by your sides, the palms up. Maybe on your body, the heart, the belly. Your legs explore a bit wider so your pelvis has more base to secure to the mat. And then settling in for the next few minutes. With inhale, let the breath come in a little bit more full. And when you sigh, let it really fall out your mouth. If you're rolling to the side from your back, come join up and seated, and we'll take the sound of Om. I wish you all a wonderful, relaxing evening. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.